High fives for the freed prisoners of war. Homecoming for returning American troops. And how much of a boost for the economy will the war's end provide? This is the CBS Evening News. Dan Rather reporting. Good evening. Nearly 300 Iraqi prisoners of war went home today. They're the first of an estimated 62,000 to be freed by the Allies. 2 plane loads were flown from Saudi Arabia to Baghdad. In the other direction came what Iraq said were the last of the Allied POWs. For the 35 former prisoners of war, 15 of them Americans, it was a perfect day for a flight to freedom. On hand to greet them, General H. Norman Schwarzkopf, a man who knows a hero when he sees one.
Every one of them's a hero.
How'd they look to you?
They look happy to be home, happy to be in freedom. That's the way they look.
Among the returnees, Army Major Rhonda Cornum of upstate New York, who was captured after the helicopter she was on crashed on a search and rescue mission.
At first I thought I was going to hug her, and now I realize that she's got all those slings, so I don't know what I'm going to do, and I don't really know what to say. I'm just like, can't really say, hi, how are you?
Well, she looks like Rhonda. She looks great. But, you know, if she were bandaged up like a mummy, she'd still look great to me if she's alive.
Major Cornum was the second American servicewoman to be released. Army specialist Melissa Rathbun-Neely, freed on Monday, told her parents in Michigan that she survived a prison cell in Baghdad by singing gospel songs.
My name is Guy Hunter, Jr.
This was Chief Warrant Officer Guy Hunter on Iraqi television, a prisoner of war. And this is Hunter today, the man on the right, a free man in Riyadh.
He was smiling and joking, you know. So, when he gets back, we're going to share a few Iraqi jokes.
Many of the former POWs released today, according to doctors who examined them later, had been slapped around. A few suffered perforated eardrums. 2 were carried off on stretchers. Iraq says these 35 are the last Allied soldiers in captivity. At least 26 other American servicemen are still classified as missing in action. But for the families of these men and women, jubilation, to say the least.
And when you see him, what will you say?
I'll say, hey, Jeff, glad to see you, boy.
How about that salute? It looked good and strong.
He always is an officer and a gentleman. His father. Takes after his father.
Welcome back.
Late today, the freed Americans were flown to a U.S. Navy hospital ship off the coast of Bahrain. At the airport, General Schwarzkopf summed up where we stand in the war against Iraq.
It's almost over.
A U.S. military spokesman said today there is no proof that Iraq outright tortured any Allied prisoners. He said those who needed medical care got it. President Bush will address a joint session of Congress tonight to talk about the end of the war. One subject likely to come up: when do the troops come home? For one serviceman today, coming home at all was especially sweet. David Martin reports.
Of all the homecomings expected in the days ahead, there won't be another like Clayton Carpenter's. He's an Army private whose parents were mistakenly told he had been killed by a landmine.
Then I called my mom, and she hadn't been notified yet that I was still alive, and she wouldn't believe it was me. I could not convince her that it was me. It took about half an hour to convince her it was me.
The mass exodus of American servicemen from Saudi Arabia has yet to begin. But small homecoming scenes like this one at Offutt Air Force Base in Nebraska are beginning to play out all across America.
But it's great to be back home.
Some combat units could be home by week's end, depending in part on weather in the Persian Gulf, which is said to be the worst in 50 years. And no matter what the weather, military officers warn it's going to take time.
Obviously, we can't ship 500